the Mercedes EQE. It's the one down from the EQS, and I got to take it for a test drive. So here I am. I'm actually at West Point Star in Scarborough Beach Road, Perth, which is a Mercedes-Benz dealership, and they've been very kind to let me come and have a look and hopefully get a test drive. Won't be today because they're just rushed selling so many electric vehicles. They are also selling the petrol and diesel variety, but they have sold a large number of these. So this is the EQE 350 4MATIC, which is the all-wheel drive version. So it actually comes in 4 variants. There's the EQE 300, which is just rear-wheel drive, and that starts at around the $135,000 Australian mark. That is plus on-road costs. Now this one is the EQE 350 4MATIC all-wheel drive, which starts at 145,000 Australian plus on roads. You then go to the EQE 500 4MATIC, $165,000, and the AMG EQE 53 4MATIC. That's a mouthful and a half, isn't it? Which is the performance model, and that's a mouthful of dollars, $190,000 plus on-road costs. Yeah. So basically these are 4,863 millimeters long, 1,940 millimeters wide, 1,686 millimeters tall, on a wheelbase of 3,030 millimeters. Now this is the SUV. The actual EQE sedan actually has a 90 mil longer wheelbase. All right, so the warranty on these is 5 years unlimited kilometre warranty. The battery, however, has got a 10-year, 250,000 kilometre warranty on the battery. That is pretty damn reasonable. I don't know about its ANCAP testing, but expect it to get 5 stars. So this is the charging port on the driver's side at the back. AC, 11 kilowatts. DC, pull that out, 170 kilowatts, which that's pretty reasonable. So it's also got a port on this side. And this is where you fill the windscreen washer fluid. Why? Because the bonnet does not lift. So it's got a 0-litre frunk. Boot. Automatic. There is a button up here to close it. Boot space is 520 litres with the seats up. Put the seats down and you have got 1,675 litres. That is big. So here, there is a cigarette lighter. Well, sorry, here is a 12-volt cigarette lighter style. And down here, we have got, storage, and it goes back a fair bit as well. Back seat, it's a flat floor. Getting in, for me, actually that's quite easy. And space-wise, I have got plenty of space here without any worries whatsoever. So you pull this down, you've got 2 USB slots. You've got some directional vents and the usual, they used to call these map holders, didn't they? Seats, well, it's basically 2-seater in the back and 2-seater in the front. We've got a nice armrest. So the armrest comes down and goes back. Speaker. Reasonable sized bin, I suppose average sized bin on each side of the door. So back, very comfortable. So front seats, very easy to get in and out. And I have just noticed in the back there are 3 seat belts, so you could fit 3 people in there. All right, so standard basic steering wheel. So on the inside, there's knobs. For those of you that like knobs, you've got knobs. On the steering wheel, you've got home, phone, hang up, answer, voice command. That one's volume control. Then for the cruise control, which by the look of it is going to be traffic aware cruise control, because we've got follow distance and so on. There's flappy paddles, which I am assuming will be for the regen braking. We've got a couple of cup holders, another 2 USB slots. And by the look of it, if you wanted to, you take out your cup holders and then put them back. Here is a button which opens up there. There's another 2 USB slots and a fairly deep pocket there for storage. And like a Tesla, that one you push forwards and it slides back. In addition to the deep storage here, you've got this large area here, and I spy another 2 USB ports. There's a lot of USB-C ports. This is suitable for the wife's handbag and the like to go underneath here. All right, so this is the digital instrument cluster, and when we take it out for a test drive, we'll get a bit of an idea of what you can do for that. And over here is the heads-up display. And this is the main screen. And along here, there are some touched knobs, so you can do volume and so on. So being a Mercedes, there will be a lot of customization and so on that you can do.
Well, welcome to your EQE 350. First and most important thing is to have the key inside the vehicle, doesn't matter where. I always keep it just in there. Foot goes on the brake and your start stop button's here. So you just press that, don't need to hold it. Screens will come to life, makes a little noise. The way that you actually know that you're ready to go in our vehicles, it says ready right down here on the screen. So second most important thing about Mercedes electrics, all of our vehicles actually, they're all column shift. So what that means is foot's on the brake, you press down for drive, up is for reverse, a good indication is that your 360 cameras come on, and then in on the side for park. So I'll go a bit more in depth on the 360 cameras once we pull up to our swap around spots, and we can go from there. Now, Nigel, seeing as that you're coming from a Tesla as well, something that you're used to is full one-pedal driving. So Mercedes is a bit different. Our recuperation is adjustable on ours, so and you do so via the paddle shifters. On this screen here, you'll notice it says normal recuperation. When I pull in the left paddle shifter, it goes to strong, so it's going to allow for the most one-pedal-like driving, most similar to how Tesla feels. Keep in mind, though, you do still need to apply the brake at the end. It will not bring you to a stop. It does
not bring it to a stop.
Correct. Now, if I pull in the right paddle shifter, we'll go back to normal, and then if you pull it in once more, it will go all the way the opposite, no recuperation. So it'll really coast along like a petrol vehicle. The no recuperation is a bit of a fib. There still is going to be some on there, but barely noticeable. So, look, with that being said, I'll take this off, and we'll swap spots eventually.
Let's go.
There you go. Beautiful. Alrighty. So I'll tell you a little about the EQE. It's just been released, of course, about 2 months ago, and great success so far. The 350 is about the mid-tier variant. So starts off with an EQE 300, and then which is a single electric motor mounted on the front axle, meaning that one's front-wheel drive only. This one's the first dual motor from the Mercedes family. So it's the 350 electric motor on the front and the rear axle, puts out 215 kilowatts, just over 500 newton meters of torque. You'll notice I'm in normal recuperation. I'm not on the accelerator or the brake, and we're coasting along a lot, right? So much more than how Tesla feels. But yeah, 10-year battery warranty on all of our EQEs, 250,000 kilometer, which is the best in the industry.
That is an excellent 10-year warranty on 250,000. The EQA BC?
EQA and B and C, correct, are all 8 years, 170,000. So still a great warranty. But yeah, just EQEs and EQS that get that big 10-year, 250,000 one. So yeah. Look, definitely has some kicks, so please, while you're driving, Nigel, put your foot down if you'd like. I know your Teslas seem to be quite fast. Obviously, we're not trying to compete with the sportiness of Tesla, different vehicles at the end of the day, but definitely have an appreciation for both. So
The ride does feel very comfortable. It's a bit wallowy,
Yeah.
if you like, but that's probably the Mercedes thing.
Yeah, the luxury side of it.
Unlike Tesla, which has got a stiffer ride,
Yeah.
this has got a more luxurious feel,
It
if
does.
you like.
I would agree. Yeah, in terms of luxury as well, just our options on here. Small things, but definitely more luxurious features. Seat kinetics, which is a standard across all our vehicles now, but that's it's not a seat massage, but what that will actually do if you were to turn that on a long drive, say, it increases the blood flow throughout your body. It's actually been proven to work. They've done some testing on that. Not sure how much it works, but pretty interesting. When you do turn it on, the seat will just kind of move and shift every now and again. So the bolstering and all that, it's meant to increase blood flow so you don't get as stiff.
The seat certainly feels very comfortable. It's firm but soft,
Yeah.
if you like.
Yep.
Yeah.
Again, this being an E-Class, you're pretty high up in the range of Mercedes. So, when we speak A, B, and C are more of the entry-level models. Look, I don't really believe that there is any entry-level Mercedes. They're all luxury-focused vehicles. But yeah, in an EQE especially, it's the feedback we've been getting. A lot of people prefer the seats in this than the petrol variant. So, yeah, it's been good. And then in terms, you were saying the comfort, how it can feel a little wallopy per se. If you put it in sports, right, so just have the touch of a button in dynamic, it'll definitely stiffen up. The suspension does stiffen. They're active dampening suspension. And you can actually get these ones with the air suspension configured as well. This one doesn't have that, but... Yeah.
It doesn't have air suspension.
This specific model does not, but you can get this exact same vehicle with the air suspension fitted. So, and of course that's just going to allow for even a softer, comfier ride again. But I actually prefer the ones without the air suspension because I like being able to feel the road a bit more. I'm more of a driver than I say a luxury car user, so I like to feel the road. But yeah, everything in this car that you're seeing is fully standard as well. So dual panoramic sunroof, and the glass does actually open. Heads-up display, 360 cameras, powered memory seats, heated seats. Yeah, all Burmester top.
And it's got the ambient lighting.
Yeah,
this is
course.
currently in blue. Does it change colour? I'm sure you can.
64 individual colors to choose from. 64, I was right. So you just point and set to whatever one you like. Blue's just the most evident during the daylight here in WA. You got multicolor. This one's really cool. Energy Shrine, it's called. So once we actually start driving, the lights will actually kind of dance accordingly to how we drive. So again, it's pretty hard to see during the daylight, but you can actually see they are moving.
You can actually see the colours changing.
Correct, and when you really put your foot down, they'll go red, kind of like a spaceship. I'll demonstrate that when we turn on to John Sanders up ahead. So, yeah, very good driving position, not many blind spots. They've done a good job concerning these big pillars here. Look, it's like I said, this is the 350, right? It's not our fastest model. The 500's definitely got a lot more, but this definitely still goes. And this obviously has, we've got the sounds turned on, so you can adjust that.
Oh, so that noise is generated by the vehicle itself.
Correct. So if I go into here and actually into settings, vehicle, and then we have sound experience. So two different ones you can choose from. This one's Silver Waves, or you got Vivid Flux as well. So now I'll show you, I'll accelerate down these back streets. And same type of, different sound, but it still produces sound. Or you can have it turned off completely, which in my opinion is makes it feel that much faster still. So, and yeah, you should be able to see the lights flicker as well. But when you get on it now, right,
more spaceshipy.
Yeah.
And I noticed that the red was flickering.
Yeah,
yes.
correct. And then versus that one, right? So, but like I said, in the EVs, they just feel quicker without the sound. So I'll demonstrate that now without any sound. Pretty cool, pretty fun.
So do you know it's 0 to 100 time?
In the EQE 350, I believe Mercedes claims from factory is 6.1, but the times tend to be a bit quicker normally than the number from factory. I know that the 500 we claim it's 4.8. From my little bit of testing that I have done, it's definitely more close to that 4 flat. And then the 53 AMG SUV that is in the country now, but we just haven't delivered any out of my dealership quite yet. I think I've got the first one on its way for the end of this month. And that one, I believe Mercedes is claiming 0 to 103.5. So, should be good. So,
And I love it's got a heads-up display.
Yes. Yeah, we hear that quite often from your owners.
There's a few things that Tesla are missing. and that is heads-up display, 360 camera, and I'm sure that we would all love to see that. I test drove a Hyundai Ioniq 6, and I was indicating with the windscreen wipers. So let's just give it a squirt.
Yeah.
Ooh, yes, very nice.
Yeah, definitely has some get up and go. And now keep in mind, I've got you in comfort mode right now as well. So I'll get you to do that once more once we get around this back street.
And we'll put it into
sport
mode.
Of course.
Now that is definitely different.
Yeah.
That has got a little bit more poke.
Yeah.
I mean, the speed limit down here is only about 50, so
of course
we can't go all the way up to 100.
But you can just tell it right from the get-go, right?
That is definitely a little bit more power.
Well, again, give it just a little poke again, right? So that's sport, and then here, now it's comfort. So again, same thing, right? So it's just that slightest bit.
Yeah.
It's more so from the dead stop, though, right? Is where you'll really notice it. What gets you up and going that quick.
So this is a very nice, comfortable car to drive.
Yes, happy to hear that. So keep going straight for me. I'll actually take us right past the other competition. We'll go past Audi. I always like going past the comp on the test drives. So, who knows? Maybe we'll even swing past Tesla, give them away. So, okay, do a bit more of the real world driving. And I'm gonna put the navigation on as well, just because this has AR nav. So really cool. Now you don't need to follow this because we're not going right back to where we've just come from.
And I've got to put the foot on the brake to make it stop.
Correct. Now it also does have a hold brake automatically, so if you push that brake in just a bit further, you'll eventually get to safe hold.
Yeah.
So with the nav on, you'll notice the navigation is actually going to pop.
And now the nav has popped up
through the heads-up display as well.
Through the HUD.
Correct.
And
so now don't follow it.
No, because it wants me to do a U-turn and go back.
Correct. So I just wanted to show you this part of it though. So this is called augmented reality navigation. So it's going to populate fake road signs while you're driving.
Oh, wow.
Right, so right there it wanted us to do a U-turn.
Yes.
So
this is certainly a little bit more upmarket, isn't it?
Yes, correct. And again, same thing, it's just going to keep doing it. So I'll get you to go left at this upcoming set of lights. Now the EQS will actually display this through the heads-up display as well.
Really?
So augmented reality, correct.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's pretty neat. You know, it shows you the real-life road sign in real time.
Yes, I think because I'm used to Tesla and I look down at the screen a lot, this is okay to keep staring at. But if that comes up in the HUD, that would be absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, it's quite nice. And now pretty much we will actually be following the navigation. It will be pretty accurate.
I do actually feel that this is a pleasant car to drive.
I'm happy to hear that. Oh, it's great feedback to hear. Yeah, no, it's they are a joy to drive. You know, they're. I like to use the expression, you know, you hear Mercedes and you hear electric vehicle, and of course a lot of people go kind of, oh, that's odd at first. But really, when you break it down and you look at what Mercedes is based off of, you know, the luxury side of things. Well, what's an electric vehicle? It's silent, it's comfortable. There's no gear changes, right? One gear, so it's that smoothness. And then, you know, you fix it with all the Mercedes-Benz fittings, and really it goes hand in hand with what Mercedes-Benz stands for. So it really makes a lot of sense, and I think that's why we've had such great success of recent times in these electric vehicles.
This does feel like a luxury car. Mind you, I think the price tag also has got a bit of a luxury feel about it.
Of course, of course. So we'll head left
Turn
here.
left here.
Yep. We'll go past the big competition.
Yes, right opposite here is dear Mr. Tesla.
Correct. There you go. You got a nice shot right there of the Tesla building. Look at that.
Excellent. Yes.
So, please give a bit of a juice if you want.
I do not want to exceed the speed limit.
Yes,
though.
Unfortunately, that's our issue here in WA. There's a camera as soon as that speed limit. Now, you did mention the price tag. So, to tell you a bit about the price, so EQE 300, so not this model, but the single electric motor, starts from $144. And now I say starts, but there's actually no real options to add on because it comes with everything as a standard.
Is that on road?
That's on road drive
in Western Australia, which has got the highest level of taxis and on road costs going in the country.
Correct. So 144,000. Now the 350, which we're currently in, that's about 166,000. drive away on road in Australia. And really, I get that's not a small portion of funds, but when you do compare this to its petrol comparison, the GLE, they are neck and neck. There's not really a price difference at all.
So the GLE petrol version of this is almost the same price.
Well, you could easily find a GLE 400D for 166 in today's day and age, and they're about to undergo a facelift. So that's what some sale price is on. So look, a GLE 300D, the cheapest one I've ever seen go for is 144,000, and the EQE 300 is 144,000. So, we're really neck and neck with the petrol comparison, which is really nice because it gives people an option.
At this top end of the market, there is price parity.
Yes,
it's not at the other end of the market, though, is it?
No. And honestly, since these models have come out, aside from the EQA, this is our most sold vehicle. And of course, the
EQE is your most sold?
Aside from the EQA, correct. So second most sold vehicle since it's been released. EQS, again, we're at another jumping price point. Same thing with the 53 AMG model in this. That one there is 221,000 fully optioned on road in Western Australia. The EQS is 204,000 on road in Western Australia as well. So, at that price point, where I think the electric vehicle community just in general, there's not a ton of market for that yet.
So I do love the screen here. It's got the sat nav, it's got your power, your speed, it's picked up, that tells you what the speed limit is.
Correct. That's utilizing both the GPS to tell you what that speed limit is, as well as the camera mounted in here. That's using that, right? So, look, there's that screen's very customizable, and I'll show you that one just once we're back inside and parked. But I do just want to show you. There you go. Now it's come on. Now that your seatbelt's come off. So,
yes.
Now to change these screens, we use this here, right? So if you hit the home button.
Home button.
Yeah, and then you can use the little OK to slide your finger across. It's touch sensitive. So
that's right. So it's just a little slide.
Yeah.
Understated.
Yep. So then press down on the OK. Yep. So you slid too quick there. It gets some getting used to, but understated. So it's very understated, as it says, right?
Yes.
You got a clock.
You've got a clock and a speed.
Up to 20.
That is understated,
now,
isn't it?
Do me a favor, go over to the sport one. Yep, and then just press down. Yep. There you go. So sport. So if you were to give it a rev right now, I'm not sure if it'll show. No, it won't.
No.
Actually, but with that being said, I know revving an electric vehicle sounds weird, but if you have the sound experience on, you can. So now give it a rev. I don't think it will show, but you can actually hear it, right? So it's quite funny. So that's the sports screen. Now, hit it again. Go show yourself what the navigation screen looks like. So you'll have to press OK first to clear that vehicle is ready to drive. Perfect. And then scroll over.
That's classic. We had navigation.
Now you can have a full navigation screen there.
All right. How do you know what speed you're doing?
Up top.
Oh, it'll be up there.
Yeah, 0
and
an hour.
In
and
the HUD.
Correct.
Yep, okay. So then we move across to
assistant screen, which is very
assistant.
Tesla-esque, should you? So when you got other vehicles nearby, it will show them, not as in depth as Tesla does, but same thing with pedestrians as well. They do pop up and walk past. And then you got one more screen, two more, sorry. You got off-road. Not sure who's taking these off-road, but it's definitely got the capability.
You spend 160,000, 70,000 on a car. The last thing you really want to do, in my opinion, is take it off-road.
Myself as well, personally. I wouldn't be doing it, but some pretty cool details on there, direct coordinates, tilt angle that we're currently sitting on, so we're on a 5%.
We are on a slight angle,
5 degrees, according to the vehicle. Then you've got your service screen as well, so if you ever had any warning lights or messages like that, tire pressure, pretty neat.
All right.
And then
so most of time people would have that in either nav or classic.
Yeah, and then they would have the navigation showing in the classics, because that's the other thing. Now if we slide up and down, you can change what you have in that middle screen.
All right, okay.
So it's all fully customizable. Now you can understand and appreciate why we don't show people that before the test drive.
Yeah, because you're driving along going like this.
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
Yeah.
It's a lot, so.
All right, so you've got navigation, then you've got distance.
Correct.
From start, 23.1 kilowatt hours. The battery size on this?
90.2, I think, or
90,
90.3, whatever it is.
Usable?
Yeah. Correct.
Okay, and you'll get what sort of range?
Realistic everyday driving range. I mean, aircon on in what I'm talking Western Australia range.
Yes.
Reliable 450 kilometers.
Yeah, look, that's what I prefer to quote. All this WLTP range of
536. Yeah, I'm sure.
Yes.
So that's tested in a factory, and they're actually just draining the battery. The vehicle's not actually being driven, right? No wind resistance, no aircon running.
Yes.
No weight of the wheels or passenger.
So realistically, you can bank on 450.
Exactly.
All up, we do actually have some almost physical buttons here.
Correct. Yeah. So they're haptic touch buttons, right? So you can control the volume like that, or you can actually slide on it as well. That's a quick mute button. That's a power button to turn off the display should you not want to drive with it on. Now this is a fingerprint scanner. So in Mercedes you get an app called the Mercedes Me app, and that pairs directly to your phone. That will tell you on an electric vehicle your charge status, where your vehicle is 24/7. You can set up a geofence on it, so if you're ever valeting the vehicle, the valets can't take it for a joyride. You get notifications if you forget to lock your vehicle. It'll send a message to your phone, very much like the Tesla one. And then now with this fingerprint scanner, that pairs directly to your account. So much like your Apple ID when you used to have the fingerprint scanner on your iPhone, same thing on this. Now what that means though is that if you're ever anywhere in the world and you are getting into a friend's Mercedes, or you've rented a Mercedes, or you've bought a second Mercedes on the other side of the world, and that same Mercedes has a fingerprint scanner, instead of having to pair your stuff and set it all up again, all you do, get into your car and just tap your fingerprint scanner, and it'll say, "Good morning, Nigel. Welcome to the EQE," or whatever vehicle you're in for that day.
And it will set. Does it set the seat?
The seat, everything.
Everything.
Yeah, radio presets if you're in the same country, of course. So yeah, pretty amazing. And of course, emergency lights. Now you press on this one. That's just a quick functions display of the quick settings. EQ will show you charge screen and charge rate.
So that says 76%, 330k. So you could add another third to that. So that takes it up to 440, give or take.
Yeah. And now we have the max set to 80% charge, just because that's what's recommended across EVs. But of course, if you're road tripping, you would charge it up to the 100%. So you hit that, you get your full 360 cameras. Now, I'll get you to re-shut your door, because we must now give it a full close. Just get a big shut. Yep, there you go. So now you have a full 360 camera. Now, what's really cool about this is that you can actually just steer around. You can go into the depths of even zooming in. All right, so you get a true 360 view. When you turn your wheel, of course, the wheel moves on screen as well.
Oh, so it does.
Yep.
Brilliant.
And then when you actually hit the side angle view on here, because right now I've just zoomed into the side angle. Sorry. When you go put the car into reverse for me, while staying on the brake. Now when you hit the side angle views, you actually get the lines as well, so you can see everything. It does have full self-autonomous parking as well. So there you go. You can see it is a true live feed. And we'll watch where he's going. You can see him drive off. So, and then again, I want to see how close I am to that curb. I can just zoom in and see exactly. I'll just get you to put it back in park. And that's it. So, look, there's a ton more screens on here.
I'm sure there are, and we haven't got that long to go through them all. But as I said, this is a very comfortable, nice, responsive car. Which I really do like, and I want to say thank you very much for allowing me to take this out for a test drive. And so if you ever want to buy a Mercedes, get an EQE and get it from West Point Star. Ask for Mick.
Yep,
and he'll Mick Moladinia.
Yeah, that's correct. You said the last name correct.
And he'll be very happy to serve you. So thanks very much, Mick. Appreciate it.
You're most welcome.
Thanks very much for watching. Please, can you do me a big favour? Click that like and subscribe button below. It really does help the algorithm, help promote the channel, and I need all the help I can get. And other ways that you can help the channel are clicking on the links below. I've got a Ko-fi link. If you want to help the channel financially, that really would help me a lot. And there's also a link there to my Tesla link. If you want to buy a Tesla, if you could use that link, that would be really nice. So thanks very much, and I'll see you all very soon.